Imagine standing in a field fully armored, watching thousands of men march toward you. The sun is reflecting off hundreds of bronze shields. Your hands are gripping your spear. The enemy is getting closer with every step. You know something most people try not to think about. Some of the men standing here will not walk home, and then suddenly, someone beside you starts laughing. That actually happened. Ancient Greek soldiers laughed before battle. They joked, teased each other, and acted almost as if nothing serious was happening, but it wasn't because they didn't understand the danger. They understood it better than anyone. The laughter was a way of taking control back. Fear grows when your mind is trapped, imagining what could happen next. A joke interrupted that cycle. For a few seconds, the soldier wasn't thinking about death. He was thinking about the person beside him. The Greeks understood something important about fear. You cannot always remove it, but you can decide what your mind focuses on. And this was only the beginning, because Greek armies were not built around eliminating fear. They were built around controlling it. Before the fighting even started, something strange happened. They sang. Thousands of soldiers marched forward while chanting battle hymns, accompanied by the rhythm of flutes. To someone watching, it might have looked like a ceremony, but psychologically, it was much more than that. The music gave every soldier the same rhythm, the same pace, the same movement. Instead of thousands of frightened individuals walking toward danger, they became one synchronized group. Fear is strongest when you feel alone, but when hundreds of people around you are moving in the same direction, fear becomes easier to carry. The Greeks were not creating fearless warriors, they were creating a situation where fear had less power. Then the music stopped. The calm disappeared. The chants became a terrifying battle cry. Thousands of shields crashed together. Bronze struck bronze, spears rattled, boots hammered the ground. Before the first weapon hit, the battle had already started. Every sound sent the same message. Danger is getting closer. Your heart speeds up. Your breathing changes. Your attention narrows. The enemy was not just approaching their bodies, it was attacking their minds. And this is why the Greek formation was so powerful. The famous phalanx was not only a military invention, it was a psychological one. Every soldier depended on the person next to him. Your shield protected your neighbor. His shield protected you. That created a powerful pressure. Running away was no longer just saving yourself. It meant exposing the person beside you. A frightened soldier alone might turn and run, but a frightened soldier surrounded by people depending on him was much harder to break. The formation turned fear into responsibility. The soldier wasn't only fighting for himself anymore, he was fighting because others needed him to stay. But the most interesting part of Greek warfare is how battles were actually decided. People imagine armies fighting for hours until one side is completely destroyed. That usually wasn't what happened. Many battles ended when one side lost its confidence. It started with something small. One soldier hesitated. One man stepped backward. Someone noticed a gap in the formation. Then another person started doubting. Panic didn't need everyone to feel afraid. It only needed enough people to believe the battle was already lost. Once the formation collapsed, everything changed. The strongest shield wall became a crowd of individuals, and that was when most deaths happened. Soldiers escaping often abandoned their heavy equipment because it slowed them down. The same armor that protected them during the battle became a disadvantage when they were running. The battle wasn't usually won by the army that killed the most people. It was won by the army that broke the other side's confidence first. This is what makes Greek soldiers so fascinating. They weren't special because they didn't feel fear. They were special because they understood fear. They used humor to control attention. They used music and rhythm to create unity. They used formation to transform fear into responsibility. And they understood that a battle could be decided before the first soldier fell. The real weapon of a Greek army wasn't just the spear or the shield. It was the ability to stay organized while everyone around them was trying to panic. Because on an ancient battlefield, the side that controlled its fear controlled the fight.